Yo, we are back. It's the Goodfellas podcast. It's your boy Dougie. Got 5'8" Will with me. Fellas, another week. How y'all feeling, man? Summertime shot.
Yeah, it's finally summer.
Yeah.
Third day of the summer.
Still ain't summer.
What? It's 80-something degrees.
Yeah, one day. See if it go back to 60 by the weekend.
What we got? Hold on. Check
Man,
this.
it's going to be 80s the rest of the week, man.
Oh, yeah. No, we cooking.
Cooking what? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
cooking.
yeah, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Summertime shot might be here.
Silver room.
Less than a month away.
Ooh. Let's do it.
Dangerous.
Summertime shot.
Man. So, we got some stuff to talk about NBA-wise. Season's over, but basketball, as we know, it goes around all year. NBA draft. What were y'all thoughts on the draft? Start off.
I ain't know nobody in that draft.
Oh, honest man.
That would be real.
Honest man.
So you really only watch Duke all year.
I'm not going to lie to you.
You didn't watch anybody else.
During the tournament, yeah. Other than that, my team don't need to watch nobody.
Woo!
I watched Kentucky. I see PJ went to Charlotte.
Yeah, we need him because he's going to be a cap saver.
He definitely going to be a cap saver. The other boy, Hero,
Yeah.
he went to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
That's it.
but that's it.
You only know 5 players that got drafted.
Yeah.
The 3 Duke guys and the 2 Kentucky guys.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Tough.
Not only do we educate the masses, sometimes we educate ourselves.
I mean, dude, do you know how many games of basketball of college it is?
I mean, you don't have to watch like every single one, but I mean, you catch a game that's on CBS, you catch a SEC tournament game, you catch a Big Ten tournament game.
I mean, I watched them. I wasn't paying attention to the guys like
Obviously.
that. They on TV. All right, cool.
Man.
Grant Williams. Where he get drafted?
It wasn't the lottery.
Yeah.
Grant Williams didn't get drafted. In the
Oh,
lottery?
yeah, he was 22nd.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boston,
Wasn't in the lottery.
22nd.
22nd.
Yeah. There was some guys that dropped. Bo dropped.
Well,
Man.
I figured Bo was
He was in
drafted.
the 40s.
He got hurt.
The top. He was projected top 5.
Yeah,
top
but he played
10.
He
top
played what,
15.
like five to 9 games,
I
and
don't
he
think
hurt.
played
And
9 games.
he hurt it. Didn't he
I
like?
played like 3 or 4 games.
He hurt his foot or something like that.
Yeah.
Big man and foot problems. Yeah, you gonna drop.
I mean, we knew he was gonna drop a little bit, but not 44.
Big man and foot problems, they gonna drop.
He got invited to the actual draft.
Oh yeah, cause I mean, you still got the projection
He played 9 games.
that everybody
Played 9 games.
is gonna jump
Ball
on.
in those 9 games.
21-10. 21 and 10.
And he
3
dropped
blocks.
and dropped in the draft.
Cause he hurt his foot.
That big man.
Yao Ming was never the same after he hurt his foot.
He ain't his daddy. That's all I'm gonna say.
He better.
His daddy wasn't that. I mean, his daddy wasn't that bad. He was before his
Is
time.
he better?
He definitely better than his dad.
Like, did you just ask that?
What? Oh.
He definitely better than his dad.
What?
I'm trying to figure out. Let me see who went before Grant Williams, because this doesn't add
I
up.
can tell you the list.
All right,
I
Tim.
can tell you the lottery list.
Of course we had.
Yeah, Zion at 1, Moran at 2, Barrett at 3, Hunter at 4, Garland at 5, Culver at 6, Kobe White at 7, Jackson Hayes at 8,
Who was that?
the big man from Texas, the center. He real raw though.
Freshman.
He had Hashimura. Shimurua.
Oh,
the big guy.
Rui Hachimura.
First
Yeah,
Japanese.
Hachimura.
First
Oh, yeah.
Japanese
He
player.
go-
Hashimura.
He go hoop.
And he just signed.
Washington to Washington too.
He
Real
go-
good.
oh, yeah, that's
real good pick for them.
And
Real
he
good
just
pick
signed
for
to
them.
Team Jordan.
Reddish at 10, Cam Johnson at 11.
Now he went
Sorry,
way higher than people.
way
thought.
higher, way higher.
He wasn't even at the draft.
He
said, hold on.
Nope.
He went high.
Going to Phoenix too.
Yeah.
So that's a good fit for him. And PJ Washington 12, and then you had Tyler from Kentucky to go to Miami at 13, and then rounded off the draft, the lottery, I should say.
Romeo Langford. Yeah, see, look. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Brandon Clark is the only person I know. He went to Gonzaga.
Brandon Clark actually dropped. People thought that he would go a lot higher than what he did. He was on the board at Billis as #1 player for 10 picks.
Chauncey Billups had some of the worst comparisons I've ever seen.
I love Chauncey. Trust me.
And I feel like they
love
forced him
Chauncey.
into doing it. I feel like he didn't want to do that. And they was like, hey, Chauncey, can you just since you're here, can you give us your comparisons? And
I love Chauncey too.
Them
I love
comparisons.
his basketball knowledge and the way he kind of talks about the game. But those comparisons were awful.
it was terrible.
They were awful.
It was terrible.
Awful. Awful.
Terrible.
They was that bad, yeah.
I don't know if they did that.
Bad. Missed field goal, wide left. All right. Wind blowing.
Well, he compared to the lottery. He compared to somebody in the lottery to like somebody like.
He compared somebody to
Ultimate
Gilbert. He
role
compared
models.
Kobe White to Gilbert
I
Arenas.
couldn't believe it.
He compared Kobe White to Gilbert Arenas. And when they said it to Kobe White in the interview, he was like, oh.
That's
He was like, man, that's high. And he's like, Gilbert had game.
high standards.
He had game.
Yeah, Gilbert definitely had game.
I actually like Kobe White's personality though. He got a young kid personality. He don't know a lot. He don't pretend like he know everything.
I realized they listen to him at 6'5".
Yeah.
That I didn't
He
realize.
can't be 6'5".
I refuse to believe he's 6'5".
I refuse to believe he's 6'5". He look more like 6'2".
Yeah.
Say,
Maybe 6'1" actually.
y'all think that's a good pickup for the
For the Bulls?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't
They
do
the
that.
Bulls.
Don't do
Define a good pickup.
Hey, don't do
I
that.
mean, he's the first North Carolina player drafted to the
Since
Bulls.
Georgia.
Yeah, you know. Say the next Mike.
It's been a reason why I've been
I
that long.
almost pushed you out this chair, dog.
They say the next Mike.
They ain't never said he ain't no next Mike.
Y'all didn't tell me Carson Edwards fell to the second round. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston.
Yep.
Nah. Yeah.
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 Boston. Yeah. They gonna need a point guard too. They gonna lose both of theirs.
That's what it's looking like.
And he's a shooter.
That's what it's looking like.
And he's a shooter.
We all know what Ainge do to small point guard though. He use them, abuse them, and throw them away.
Throw him away.
Man, they done been through a few of them.
Look, he put him on the corner like New York trash. Don't matter what time of day.
Man.
He just roll him out there.
Whether it's,
Come pick him
whether
up.
it's their main point guard or the back guard, they done had Shane Larkin
Hey, roll him out there.
gone.
Larkin gone.
IT
Rozier finna be gone.
Gone.
IT gone.
Kyrie gone.
Kyrie gone. Got ran Rondo out of there.
No, Rand. Gone.
Jesus Christ.
That's what Ainge do, man.
Overall thoughts. What would y'all give this draft? Graded.
I can't get the grade.
Give him potential. Potential of the draft. I actually like the potential of the draft. All the teams that got players need players. So it wasn't like nobody's gonna be just sitting on a good team and just be sitting down behind like quality guys. Like I feel like all the lottery guys is gonna get minutes for the teams that they win.
Okay.
They're not just gonna be sitting. They're not throwaways. I hate the throwaway picks. I hate when they pick guys. They play overseas for 2 more years, then we bring them on over, and then we got all these Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Gasol like comparisons and expectations, and then they fall short of them.
And they be boo-boo.
And they fall short of them. So
Doodle cheese.
we didn't have that in this draft. At least in the lottery, we didn't. Like we got guys I think that's gonna be ready to play, get minutes, and then we'll have to see what they do. But I mean,
I think the Hawks did a good job.
they won the draft.
That was gonna be my next point. Big
I
as
think they
well.
did a good. Like they, I
Won
mean,
the draft.
you get Reddish, play shooting guard next to Trey. You get Hunter, be a small forward, and then you got Trey and Collins already on your team. So you truly just have to decide: do you want to go small with Collins at the 5, or do you want to leave Collins at the 4 and start a 5? But like they have a good young nucleus. I think Collins, this is be his third year in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, you know, like they can grow together. You know, and you got 2 shooters at your guard spot. Both of them are shooters.
3 really. They drafted the white kid last year too.
Herder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he can shoot. But he didn't start. I'm just
Nah,
saying.
he come
He
up
started.
with
No, he started.
last
He
year
started
started,
at the
yeah.
end of last year.
He not gonna start this year.
He started. I don't think. Me personally, I don't think Hunter's a 3.
You
I
think
think
he's a
he's
4?
more of a 4. I think he's more of a stretch guy than he is a small forward. I didn't see too much handle out of him. I mean, I got to see it obviously in the league. Maybe they just kind of held him back at Virginia, but I think he's really more of a stretch 4 type guy.
So you think they're gonna do Trey, Herter, Reddish, Hunter, and Collins as they starting five.
I think so. I think they might have to.
That's
I mean,
a lot of space on that field.
I don't.
It's
That's
a
a
lot.
lot
It's
of
a lot of
space.
length too. A lot of length in the front.
No, that's
court.
what I'm saying, but that's a lot of space.
I don't think they're gonna start both rookies.
I mean, no. I mean, they'll
you don't
mix
think
it
they'll
up.
start both rookies?
No, they don't mix it up. They'll mix it up.
Yeah,
They was kind of reserved with their rookies this year.
Yeah.
Like really reserved with their rookies.
But they had
At
some
one-
veterans in front of them though.
Like at one point, yeah, I guess
Because Lynn was on the Hawks for a minute.
they just got ET too.
Yeah.
But
So,
I don't know. So
Does
that's
ET
what I was
start
gonna
over
say.
Reddish?
Does ET start over Reddish, or
Yeah.
do you let Reddish start and then ET runs with the second unit? Like that's the question you ask. Because to me, that move right there says to me like we want the young players to play. Like we just want them to play.
no, I agree.
Well, they still got Torian Prince, right?
No, they traded them
Brooklyn.
to the
For
traded
Crab.
Brooklyn. So they got Crab now too. So
they
you have
jammed
Horder.
on
So
the
you
wing,
have
actually.
so you have
Yeah,
Horder.
yeah.
So you have Horder fighting for minutes over Crab.
And you got Reddish fighting with minutes.
And minutes over ET. And both of the vet guys are in contract years.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be interesting.
actually that's crazy. Both Portland guys.
Yeah.
And Portland gave them the money of the contracts that they're both on right now.
Yeah.
It is crazy. So outside of Atlanta, who else do y'all feel had them?
New Orleans had a really good draft, obviously. I mean, you get Zion. I mean, of course, you can't do anything but win. But they made some trades too, to get them some more picks. And even though I was kind of iffy on the Hayes pick. Like I felt like that was just kind of all right, we'll see if we got another pick, so we'll see if we can get something out of him. We need a 5,
Yeah.
right? Because we don't have any Anthony Davis. We don't have Anthony Davis.
They need to play Ja.
You know, well, I mean, do they even have John the contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were saying
They picked up his option.
You know, his option. I mean, so they got Ja, they got Hayes. I mean, you never know what you see. This is the thing with New Orleans for me. Like, I don't know like what the floor or what the spacing is gonna look like for them, right?
Mhm.
So if you got Ja, Zion, Ingram, and Ball on the floor, like that's not a lot of space. Like they're gonna run into issues, kind of like how the Lakers ran into issues last year too. Like how do you space the floor to get easy baskets? Even with Hayes in the game, I mean he doesn't space the floor. He's a rim roller He's a rim roller shot blocker.
Mm-hmm.
So I got questions with them too. They do play at a fast pace, so they might be able to get easy baskets, but they still gonna need some shooting somewhere down the line.
All right. So we
I
talking.
kind of like the Celtics 2 players they got. Because you get rid of your point guard. I mean, you losing your point guard and you losing your big man, and you go get a point guard and you go get a big man. So, and I feel like Grant Williams is probably the second best big man in the draft.
I can see that. Behind Hunter?
Big man
Yeah.
behind Zion.
Behind Zion?
Yeah.
Hunter in the 3.
But I would take
You know what's
Grant.
crazy? And you know what's crazy? They compared Hunter to Kawhi.
They did.
They compared Hunter
I
to
can see
Kawhi.
that. I can see that comparison. I can see it.
Kawhi's always been like a wing though.
Yeah.
Like his whole entire career. Like Hunter was a post up, shoot the 3 big man averaging. I didn't really understand that, but it was just me.
I could see that. Like he's more defensive first minded, like
Mhm.
Kawhi was when he
Okay.
first came in. Kawhi kind of developed the offensive
Okay.
game. Maybe they stand on it can develop the offensive game, but I think just big man in college, from what I seen, like Zion, PJ. I did see Grant play. I seen Hunter play. Seen the guys up in UNC play.
The guys up in UNC.
Yeah, I don't know none of their names.
Be respectful.
What's
That's all
their
we
name?
ask. That's all we ask.
Did what's his name get drafted?
Who? Little?
Nah, I know the little guy drafted. The other boy, the dude, Luke May.
No, maybe get drafted.
He
Why would he
signed,
get- why would he
get
get-
signed nobody?
I mean, he's gonna sign somebody, summer league team to try to play.
Yeah.
the
Tyler Hansbrough of this generation. But yeah,
Nah, he's not nowhere near Tyler Hansbrough. Ain't no.
I mean, you know, both bums.
Tyler Hansbrough.
Tyler Hansbrough's up there in the NCAA record books.
Yeah, like he's top 3 all time. Like
I mean, he
ACC.
should be. I mean, he was there 4 years, took all the shots.
Did he stay on 4?
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
he stayed
He
on.
did stay on 4.
Yes, he did.
Stayed on.
I told you, I don't get one and done no more.
Oh, we got one now.
Yeah, Cole Anthony is
Projected to
leading.
go number 2 in the draft next year.
They
So
might as
we
well
got-
get the press conference ready.
We got
Hey,
one now.
All right, I hope it starts a new wave so we can get some more one and
Well,
done.
Kobe White was one and done, wasn't
Yeah, little.
Yeah, Kobe White also gonna be one
Little
of the guys.
too.
he? Little should stay.
Kobe White gonna be one of the guys that we gonna be like.
Little dropped in the draft. He shouldn't have too.
You don't think he should have dropped?
No, I don't think he should have dropped. No. He was better than a lot of guys that got picked ahead of him.
Kobe should stay, but God's plan.
Nah, Kobe had to go. G.
I mean, yeah, for our sake.
I don't even think he had to. I don't even think he had to go just for y'all to get Cole Anthony. I just think he had to go. Period. Like,
Because his stock wasn't going to rise.
it wasn't right.
It wasn't going to rise.
It was like what flaw did he have in his game that he was going to be able to improve in college?
A lot, actually.
No, but I'm saying to improve, like
Over dribbling. I mean, a lot of freshmen over dribble. Like,
Yes.
That's just period. Like, so he was going to get better at that as time goes on.
mhm.
His shot selection, you get better at that as time goes on, and just pure strength too. Like, I know they were talking about him finishing over guys, but he used to go to the hole, man, and miss some bunnies, man, miss a lot of bunnies, and because of his size. I mean, you gotta-
Decision making.
Yeah, you got to.
But think about that, like all of that, like so you would get stronger in college from your freshman year to your sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that improves your decision making, shot making is watching film, right?
Mhm.
And not having the ball in his hand as much. He was still gonna have the ball in his hand at North Carolina, like, period. Because they wasn't gonna. What was they gonna do? Take him off the ball? If Cole Anthony comes there,
I mean, but Cole takes some of the ball handling responsibilities away from him. They really didn't have that this year. They didn't have a 2-guard where they could just say, "Hey, like
you help.
you move off the ball. We'll let him run some offense." They really didn't have that last year. They kind of very dependent on him.
Yeah.
But the Bulls fans will find out really quickly the pain that we went through last
Dude.
year. They will find out really
Dude.
quickly.
Yeah.
Really quickly. I mean, we wish White. Well, I wish White. I don't speak for you, but I wish White the best of luck.
I ain't think I was
hope-
ill on the man.
I mean,
You don't know how you feel. You
I
can't
hate
speak
him.
for
Yeah, I hate him. I hate him.
I was ill. You know what I'm saying? I hope he
I
have a
was-
good career,
But
but
yeah, I hope he has a good career. I hope he learns the game, but it's gonna take a while. Like, don't think like I hope Bulls fans don't think like he's gonna step into it as a rookie and like contribute to them winning games. Like, nah, it's not gonna happen like that.
Chris Dunn is better than him. Like they didn't draft somebody that was better than their
Chris
current
Dunn
point guard.
is definitely better than
He's
him.
better than him. They didn't draft somebody that was like, oh, we like no, like
Dunn is not as bad as people think.
he just get hurt.
He get hurt, and the coach just took all the confidence away from him.
Like
And they put it all in Levine, and now they let Levine just dribble the shit out of it, and then he don't get a chance to handle it like he was.
And I think the Bulls' rotations suck.
Well, they sucked last year because they just hurt.
No, but
And they were
like
trading
even-
players left and right too.
they was trading players, and I think like Dunn is kind of like was under that Lonzo act. Like he'll play 5 minutes and then get pulled and sit for an extended period of time, and then come back in, and then it's just like, all right, man, I don't know when I'm gonna play, when I'm not gonna play. Like it's hard to
get a flow.
get a flow, how your own game plan, how you gonna attack the game, things like that.
well, speaking of Bulls, are they one of the biggest losers in the draft? We talked about the winners of the draft. 'Cause they got Kobe White, which, like we said,
Did they have a second round pick?
They did. They got a big man.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe White might be the right hand of Cameron Payne.
Ooh.
Daniel Gafford. Gafford.
Yeah, they want to lose in the draft.
Cause they could have got Reddish.
They could have got Reddish.
I don't like.
Reddish was on the board.
He was at 7.
But here's my thing. I think they're gonna re-sign Porter.
Nah, yeah.
I think they're gonna re-sign Porter. Like, I think people forget that they do have Porter, and Otto Porter can actually play. Like he can play. Like he's no bum. Like it's just can he be consistent night in and night out? Like he can never be consistent for the Wizards. Like he can never be that consistent that third scoring option that they needed. Because some nights he would just sit in a damn corner. Like he does it all the time. Like, no, you got to be into the offense. You got to call for the ball, want to run offense through you. Like he just doesn't do that on a night in, night out basis. But maybe with the Bulls he can. So we'll see. But yeah, they're gonna re-sign Porter. That's right. They didn't go after Reddish.
Who else? I'm trying to think of a team that just did bad.
I don't like the Tyler pick for Miami.
You don't like the hero pick?
Yeah, I didn't like that. It was better guys on it. It was better guys out there. They gonna need a center. They're gonna either waive Whiteside or they're gonna try to trade him. Like he's making too much money.
Well, this is final year.
Yeah, so I mean,
He opted in.
yeah, so they're gonna
They
either
thought the option.
they might try to waive him or they might try to trade him to dump that salary. They're way over the cap too. They like $40 million over the cap right now.
They could trade him and get something for him, especially because they got Bam.
They got Bam, so but if they do trade him, they'll need somebody to replace that role on the bench. So I thought they could have went after a big man. They don't have a point guard right now. Like, yeah, so I mean they got plenty of shooters. I mean they got guys who can shoot the ball on the wing, and they go get another shooter. I didn't really understand that. I mean Waiters is coming back.
Richardson,
You got Josh
Winslow.
Richardson. Winslow's gonna play on the wing. They still got Derrick Jones Jr. Like they got plenty of wing guys. Like why would you go out and get another wing? You need a point guard and a center because you know you're gonna dump your center for salary because he makes too much money and you rarely play him. And you don't have a point guard right now. Like so, I just didn't really get it. So I'm gonna say Miami.
All right, hey Will. Well, for me, it was hard. It was hard for me to like figure out like who was really really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you like Cleveland's pick?
I was literally, no, they're gonna suck again.
You know what?
We know they gonna suck again.
I don't feel like they're doing nothing to get better.
But I'm gonna disagree, cause we all don't like Sexton,
I was
right?
about to say that.
So they drafted a point guard to me replace Sexton.
But see, this is what they were saying though. They were saying they was gonna use them two like a Lillard. They started saying like Lillard and McCollum, just a smaller version.
Of course they're gonna say that. They're gonna say
I
that.
mean,
You have to say it. You can't just say like I gave up on my point guard that I just drafted last year. Like you have to say that. Just like when the Cardinals drafted a quarterback, they said, "Oh, this is a competition now."
And then their other pick was Kevin Porter Jr., the shooting guard out of USC. So it might work for Cleveland. We don't expect them to be good, but I mean that could be their backcourt.
They could have drafted so many other people though.
But that's the thing. Like, who could they have drafted at 4 that would have?
They could have drafted Culver. They missed out on the Japanese guy from Gonzaga.
Yeah, but can you pair him and Love next to each other? If you draft him,
Love's not gonna be there long.
Yeah, like
Love's not gonna be there long.
that boat is about to sail.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying. Next year, do you play them together?
I mean, no. You just have to just tell them to wait his turn and then get rid of Love at the deadline. Like,
Okay.
Kevin Love's getting traded.
Yeah.
To where I don't know.
How old is Kevin Love?
He's the same age as Rose, so he's got to be 30. Yeah. So he's getting traded. Without a doubt, like Kevin Love's getting traded. Like he's not gonna stay in Cleveland like too much longer.
Come to Atlanta.
Come that way.
They don't got no money for him.
No.
That would be a nice. That would be Love and Davis though.
That'd be Love.
That would be
That'd be
That
Love.
would
Would be nice actually.
Listen,
That's not gonna
All
right, we back.
Tim-
That was my NBA 2K
yeah,
take
there
today.
you go.
All right,
Tim-
cool.
Tim-
All right, so
So the trade Love, they could have got somebody. I mean, they could have got PJ Washington. They could have got Reddish.
yeah,
Like they could have got a lot of other guys than another point guard. But like we all just said, we know they don't like Sexton. Like he's not a point guard, and he's not a point guard for the future. Like he's not a winning point guard for the future, I should say. So they want an insurance policy, basically.
Is it bad if I say the Knicks?
no, it's never bad.
I think I would disagree though.
Why you say the Knicks?
I'm not an RJ Barrett fan. I'm sorry.
I think his game is gonna be way better in the league though.
Listen, the best comparison I heard is he is a volume Carmelo Anthony. He is going to be able to score the basketball, but it's going to take him a lot of shots to score the basketball.
They compare him to Chicago Jalen Rose doing it.
it's going to take him a lot of shots to score. He probably will average between his rookie year. I'm gonna say over his career, he'll probably average between 20 to 24 points
In his career?
in his career.
Fine.
That's a good career, actually. That's a really good career.
But listen,
Hall of Fame career.
he's probably gonna take a lot of shots to get there. He is not an efficient scorer. He's not. And I just think like them plugging him into what they already have, he's going to take the ball out of Knox's hands. He's going to take the ball out of DSJ's hands. Like he could impact Mitchell Robinson in a negative way. Like he's going to dominate the basketball more than people will know. And I think it's going, and that New York media, like, dude, they gonna swallow him whole and spit him out. For real. I don't, nah.
I've dogged RJ Barrett pretty much all year playing for Duke. The more and more I watched his film and the more they talked about him, the more and more he looked like James Harden to me. Like, just like his ability, he's got a knack to get to the line, like, which is gonna even, he's gonna get to the line even more in the league. Like, if you get to the line in college, like, you get to the league, like, you gonna shoot 10 to 12, 14 a night. They need a guy like that too. They need a guy who's gonna take a lot of shots. They need a guy that's gonna score the rock and then kind of build around him. I like the pick, actually. I'm starting to turn my whole mindset on RJ Barrett around. Like, I really am. Like, the more and more I watch him, the more and more he reminds me of James Harden. He's a guy who's pretty much everybody was high on the draft, but still had doubts. Like, same thing with James Harden. Like, he played at Arizona State. We saw him score a lot of points, but everybody was like, he could be good, but he might just be high volume, right? I feel like RJ Barrett could be that type of guy. And I know we dog James Harden somewhat on this show, but how much we dog him or not, he's a top 10 player in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he's special. And RJ Barrett and the Knicks need a special player. Like, they need somebody of that type of caliber.
The difference between Harden and Barrett, Harden can shoot free throws. Barrett can't.
Yeah, that's true.
So he gonna have to improve that
Absolutely.
aspect of his game.
Absolutely, I agree.
I like the pick.
We dogged this man all year.
I don't. Look, I was thinking.
I always thought he was gonna be a better pro than college player anyway. Just like, who was it? Harrison Barnes when he was at UNC. I feel like he never played up to his UNC potential, but I felt like the way he played the game of basketball, I was like he would make a better pro than he did a college player. But now, with that being said, that's still up in the air. But still, I think RJ Barrett's gonna have a much better pro career.
I think so.
And then they need somebody like DSJ always is, well, since he's been in the league, injury prone, right? So I mean, you look at RJ, if he can stay healthy, man, that's somebody you got in and night out. And then you looking at say they don't sign DeAndre back, you got Mitchell Robinson, you got a young core. It ain't like, I mean, you can gun in the league. You can gun in the league. You know what I'm saying?
You can have a dynamic backcourt. Like,
They could.
They absolutely could. You talk about like DSJ.
They both got the
Barrett,
size. They got the
like,
size.
They could be a Westbrook and Harden type, like
They could.
1 and 2. Like, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but they both have that type of potential.
Oh, that's the P word I was looking for.
Like,
Potential.
They have that type of potential. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen.
Y'all know how I feel about it.
Potential.
I'm with you on that too. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, like, I can kind of see what they're looking at in terms of that. And if they do grow up together, like, and they do become really, really good, like, watch out. Like, we all know in 4 or 5 years, like, everything's gonna be wide open.
Good.
And I think he can handle the media. Just off the few glimpses that I've seen, some of the questions that they've been asking him.
His dad is the president of Canada basketball.
Yeah, and like the way
we know he can handle it.
that's what I'm saying. So I don't think he's gonna be like
He's been raised around pros his whole life.
Yeah.
Steve Nash's godfather. So
Yeah,
I think
he'll be fine.
I think he'll be able to handle that. And I don't think a lot of pressure is on because
No, you lying.
no.
Pressure.
Listen to what I'm saying though. when was the last time the Knicks have won? Right, it's been since the '70s, right?
That don't mean
That's
there
why
ain't
it's
no
more
pressure.
pressure.
No,
That's why
that's
it's
what I'm
more pressure.
saying. They were all expecting the number 1 pick to get Zion, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same. They're not looking at R.J. Barrett like they would look at Zion to come save the franchise in that way.
I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm gonna say that is because, like, it's like swinging for the I'll use the baseball word. It's like swinging for the fences, but you end up with a triple. Like, it's still good. Like, to them, R.J. Barrett is still good. Like, they're okay. Like, New York is happy.
Oh yeah, they got their guy.
So they expect that guy to, if they don't get anybody in free agency, they still expect that guy, R.J. Barrett, to lead that team somewhere, and they expect him to do it in his rookie year. Like, they're not going to wait. They're not going to be like, oh, we'll give you a year. Oh, he's a rookie. No, they want it now. They want to win.
I don't think they want to win now, but I think realistically, I don't think they think like that.
Nah, I don't think
Because R.J. Barrett, like, if they had realistically the Knicks.
When I say
if they
win,
don't-
I ain't
if they
talking
don't-
about a championship.
No, I'm saying if they don't get a marquee free agent realistically for the Knicks, it's just to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think this is just me. I just think with them, you know, with the draft lottery, them not having that number 1 pick, expectations just.
So
It was
you think
up here
they-
with Zion. With Barrett, it's like right here.
So you think they went from with Zion, we get a big name free agent, we make the playoffs, we potentially make the second round. Now you're saying without Zion, without a big name free agent, with RJ, we're okay if we are fighting for the playoffs? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I still think New York wants to make the playoffs.
I think it's gonna be lower than that, y'all. Like,
Woo.
I don't think the expectations are gonna be that high.
I don't either.
I mean, they just want to see some improvement.
How many games they won last year? 20 something? 20 something. Might not even been in the high 20s. But, I mean,
I'm gonna say like mid-20s.
yeah. And then depending on what type of free agent they can get. That always.
The Knicks last year won 17 games.
Oh, I gave them some wins.
So if the Knicks win anywhere between the mid to high 20s to lower 30s, like, fans will be happy. Like, they'll be happy with that type of improvement. Like, I don't think they expect a 500 record, being a run for the playoffs. Like, no, I don't think that. They just want to see some improvement. You would just watch the team win 17 games. They traded their best player, who was hurt, who was really good when he was healthy, and they're just expecting some type of improvement now. Like, obviously with Zion, now I do think with Zion, they would have been not only wanting that win total to go up, but they would have been wanting highlights, you know, a reason to go to the game. That aspect of it might not come right away in terms of bringing excitement back to Madison Square Garden right away. But as a fan, I think they just want to see some type of improvement. So
we're going to keep it pushing. NBA awards were yesterday. We got a lot of people that feel a lot of different ways about these NBA awards. Okay? We had the winners last night. MVP went to Giannis Antetokounmpo, a.k.a. Greek Freak. Sixth man, Lou Will. Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Most improved went to Pascal Siakam. What was it? D. Rose had the moment of the year.
The 50
the 50 piece. I like that. What else did we have? Executive of the Year went to the Bucks, John Horst, and we had Coach. Go ahead and say it.
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't want to butcher his name. He won Coach of the Year. So the Bucks took 3 awards last night, and we had Luka win Rookie of the Year.
I called that from preseason. Just want y'all to know that.
Number one, what do y'all think? Do you think they got the picks right?
Yeah, we picked everybody they picked.
Damn, yeah.
Except the coach.
Except Gobert.
Defensive Player of the Year, yeah. I thought Giannis should have
I thought
won.
PG was gonna get it.
I thought Giannis should have won.
I think I said PG too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think none of us said Gobert.
Nah, I didn't think they was actually that man back.
Yeah. I thought Giannis should have won it, though.
Okay.
I know I got Coach of the Year wrong.
I got Coach of the Year right.
Because I said Mike Malone.
I don't think I got that one right.
I think I got that right.
But yeah, I mean, looking at these, like if you're looking at
Everybody should have got 6 man of the year, bro. Like,
his
you can't
award
get-
to
you can't
lose
get-
until he retires.
You can't get 6 man of the year.
Until
bro.
Lou Will decides if he's injured or until he retires, it's gonna be his award. I just don't see.
Until he starts.
Unless he wants to start or something.
Look,
Unless he wants
you
to
know what I'm
start.
saying?
Like
Like
he tell coaches that he don't want to start.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, that's his award to lose. But let me see. I saw a lot of people still picking like Stephen A. Even they picks before the show started talking about like James Harden
Yeah, I
winning
don't-
MVP.
Yeah, I don't get that.
I was actually on the Facebook argument today about that. Actually,
About Harden?
Yeah, about Harden.
Enlighten us. We're on Facebook Live.
Oh, we're on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit. So I had I had one of my homies, Simeon. He basically said that James Harden carried the Rockets all year long on his back, and his numbers increased, and he should have gotten the MVP. He deserved to win the MVP because he was the MVP of his team, not of the league, but of his team.
I just want to point out one thing, or ask one question. The win total for the Rockets from last year to this year decreased by how much?
12 games.
12 games. So they won 12 fewer games, and Harden increased his point total, right? Did he increase his assist numbers?
No, assists went down.
Did he increase his rebound numbers?
They went down just a
Okay.
smidge.
So the only thing he improved,
Smidge.
was scoring,
That is correct.
and it led them to 12 less wins.
That is correct.
Harden did not deserve to be there.
With Chris Paul playing the same amount of games
He played
last year as he did this year.
And not
So
and,
you don't give me the excuse that Chris Paul was hurt this
and
year.
not to mention when they started off before Paul got hurt, they were playing below 500 basketball.
They weren't even in the playoff.
11 and 14 first 25
Come on,
games.
Nah,
Well,
I don't want to hear it.
nah,
you got
I don't want to hear it.
nah. Giannis improved his game. He was the best player from beginning to the end. His team had the overall best record in the league, right?
Yeah.
He had a brand new coach,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so I mean, what more did you need him to do?
Number one in offense and defense in the league. They went up plus 16 wins.
Come on, man.
Do he average, how many steals did he average? I think he averaged 2 steals and 2 blocks.
2 steals and 2 blocks.
Come on.
Yeah,
How does he not win Defensive Player of the Year, though? That's what I want to know. We talk about that. How does he not win Defensive Player of the Year? I don't get it. Your team is number one in defense. You have 2 blocks and 2 steals.
I don't know.
And-
I gave up on defensive player of the year when Bron didn't win it and Marcus Gasol won.
Yeah, I thought Brown should have won.
Rudy Gobert screaming Supermax. I'll tell you that
He's
much.
definitely screaming
Supermax.
He is eligible.
Yeah,
Come on,
he's
man.
definitely
Yeah.
got to win Superman. He's definitely going to
And
get
if
it.
you look at,
But he might have just signed his extension not too long ago, though.
and if you look at all the awards outside of 6-man, like with, it's all players that are not from the United States. Siakam just shows how much the game is growing, but I think that's going to be complete opposite next year.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to,
I mean, is it a coincidence or is it just that foreigners are catching up to the U.S.? We had this debate actually years ago.
I think they
when the USA team almost lost in the gold medal game in one year.
to Spain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they are catching up.
But I think I will say this, I think they're catching up because they're coming over earlier. Like the NBA game has become more global, and the foreign players that are actually good or actually, like when they play that NBA, in that NBA versus
The USA versus the world.
Yeah.
not
The
that
All-Star
one.
weekends?
the when they play the African team.
Oh, USA versus Africa.
Yeah, when they
Okay.
play, like I feel like that opens the door for a lot of those players, right?
Mhm.
To where they come over earlier, like they get a lot of the African-born players go over there. They talk to the young guys. They start helping them, coaching them, grooming them, things of that nature, and they come over earlier. So now they're playing the game over there at a young, they're not so far behind when they come over. It's no more of the Joel Embiids or the players like that where they haven't touched the basketball until their sophomore year in high school or junior year in high school, and
Starting early.
they're starting much earlier. The Canadians are coming over earlier. RJ Barrett was in you know, he's playing ball over in Canada. His last couple years, he was at Modern Day. You know, so you have that. Ben Simmons is another one of those guys. I mean, look at the Japanese player. He played in Gonzaga. I don't know where he went to high school, but he was at Gonzaga 4 years. So I'll say they're catching up in the sense of they're coming over earlier to get some of the resources that we have as far as basketball is concerned to help improve their game.
Just one quick second. So Rudy Gobert, the Defensive Player of the Year award he won last year, won't go towards Supermax. He's not a unrestricted free agent until 2021. And you know it's got to be 2 in the last 3 years.
So he got to
win it again.
He got to win it
Yeah,
again.
he's gonna have to win it again to get the Supermax.
3 years in a row.
Wait, so this one doesn't count?
The last one didn't count. This one will count.
He got to
This
win
one
it
will
again.
count. So he's got to win it again because he's got 2 more years left on his deal.
So you got to win. He has to win Defensive Player of the Year 2 years to get Supermax.
Yeah, or he's got to make an All-NBA team.
Wow.
What was the last
2 out of the last 3 years.
What was the last player? Win defensive player 3 years in a row. Gotta
Maybe
be
Dwight.
Gotta be Dwight.
Gotta be Dwight.
Yes. Throwback.
Probably Dwight.
Jesus.
It's not even that long ago. Like 9 years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's a long
It's a
time.
decade, bro.
That's a long
It's not
time.
that long ago.
What?
It's not that long ago.
Dude, Kobe, the Lakers, they were still winning.
Yeah.
The championships. That was a long time ago.
9 years ago.
It's a decade.
How many teams have won championships in the last 9 years?
The Heat,
3.
the Cavs, the Warriors.
4.
Heat, Cavs,
And the
Warriors,
Mavs.
Spurs,
Mavs.
And the
Raptors.
Mavs, and
Oh,
the
the
Raptors.
Raptors. Yeah, the Raptors. And the Spurs. So
Yeah.
6, actually.
6.
6, actually.
It's a long time ago, bro.
That ain't that long ago.
Yeah, it's long enough.
I remember the glory days.
Well, of course you do.
So the thing with the award show, let's get to this. Do they need to cancel it?
The show?
Yeah, like, because a lot of people feel like with the MVP, with some of these awards, like the fans are the ones paying the money all year. They want to see, like, you can't really celebrate the award with your teammates. Like, you know, it used to be, first home game of the second round, they would bring out the trophy, the MVP, for the MVP. Now you wait, season's over. James Harden, for crying out loud, didn't even show up yesterday. They say he was overseas.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to win.
But I'm saying, though, like,
No promo tour.
yeah. So, like,
It's promo tour.
What's he promoting? Flopping?
Ooh, Jesus. Jesus.
shots fired.
That's how you feel today?
I do.
The 80-degree day got you feeling real frisky over there. Whoa. Real froggy.
Man, that's how you feel going hard?
That's what I do.
All right, so almost made me lose my train of thought.
He might be right now.
Yeah. You never know. But that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it takes away from the fans enjoying the award with the players, and the players enjoying the award with their teammates. So
I will say this. If they're gonna do the show, I think they need to find a way to steal what the NFL does, and I think the NHL does it as well, where they have it before the season is over. Like, I know the NFL does it the week before the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, like a couple nights before the Super Bowl, or the week before. I want to say NHL does it right before the Stanley Cup, or as soon as the Stanley Cup is over. But the NHL, the way the NHL does it is they give out all their awards and they announce their all their teams. So like if they do the all NBA team, if they do the defensive team. So I think that it would be more exciting than what it is now. Like I was telling you, it was on like 2 hours and they only give out 5 real awards. Right? The NBA only has 5 real awards. If they were to make it a 2-hour show or a 1-hour show, and they was to actually announce like the all defensive teams, the all NBA teams, the all rookie team, it would be more enticing. It'd be more exciting. It'd be something to watch. But I do think they need to do it earlier. Maybe after the first round of the playoffs, they could do it, and then go from there.
I mean, obviously, two obvious reasons of why they do it when they do it is because the season is over. Everybody can come, right? They don't want to break up somebody who's in the middle of a title run to come to an award show, and just because you're up for MVP or you're up for Coach of the Year. Coaches don't want to be bothered with an award show when they're chasing the trophy, no matter if it's just a 2-hour award show. secondly, they do it because they don't want any dead periods between the end of the season and free agency.
All year round, baby.
Yeah, they would still want to be in headlines. They want to be on ESPN. They want to be on Fox Sport. So I think those are the two big reasons of why they do it, when they do it. But I'm kind of with you. They just need to kind of do it with their team and in the press conference. But at the same time, I also feel like when they do that, like that puts a lot of pressure on somebody who may be in that NBA Finals, and you do get that MVP trophy award for the season. And it's like, all right, now it's pressure on you to win the title now, you know? Or, you know, so like Giannis, like say Giannis gets it right, you know, right before like the Bucks Raptors series, you know, and then now he's feeling even more pressure than before, or, you know, something like that. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of tough. I mean, I think they should do it. I think they should just do it like right when the season is over.
That's what I was just
Like they know when Game 7 of the NBA Finals is going to be played. They should just do it a couple days after that, 4 or 5 days after that, and then if you got somebody that don't want to come, they don't want to come. I mean, that's up to them. I mean, but I think they should just do it right when the season ends. Like,
what if this just popped in my head? What if they just start the playoffs a week later? Do it as soon as the regular season is over, right? They have a week. They pick like a Wednesday or a Thursday in the middle of the week. They had an award show. They can announce everything before the playoffs start, and then the playoffs start. You know, the playoffs will now be pushed back a little bit further. The draft is pushed back a little bit further. Whatever the case may be. Now, you know, like everything kind of would fall more in sync. Like you would have the playoffs over, then the draft, then free agency, and then you go straight to summer league. Like it would.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 100%.
they ain't gonna do it though.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna do it.
Money.
But you still would get the same money you gonna get. Or like I said, if you gonna do it once the playoffs is over, or if you're gonna do it after the draft, then announce everything. Like announce everything.
Because now, like we was watching yesterday, like some people, like you just watch how people comment, like people forget this is a regular season award.
They get to talk about how they played in the playoffs.
So they get to talk about
that's a pet peeve.
the Giannis. Well, he didn't. Yeah, like, dude,
Who cares? Like that's not what this award is.
Yeah,
about.
well, Kawhi led his team. Yeah, that's why he's a playoff MVP. That's why he won the Finals MVP.
This is about games 1 through 82.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people forget by the time the award show was coming. You forget how dominant somebody might have been during that stretch. You know what I'm saying? You got to go revisit some highlights and look at some numbers.
But I think they do vote on it before.
No, they vote on it before.
Yeah, they vote on it before. So they just holding on to the winner until, you know, the show. You know, they know who's gonna. You know, the people who voted knows who's gonna win. Like, so.
Yeah, but to Ray's point, you still got the fans that be like, man, he shouldn't have won it, but he should have won it.
Is that an NBA problem or is that a fan
That's
problem?
a fan problem.
It's a fan problem. But it's I mean, you always have that.
Because you always got those fans that,
Prisoner of the moment.
oh yeah, the person that wins Finals MVP should have won the regular season
I
MVP.
mean, we live in a short-term memory world. So, I mean, you already know how that goes.
Actual factuals. We gonna keep it pushing, and we gonna talk about some free agency. What'd you say? First day is June 30th.
June 30th.
Sign free agents. Some more news we got now. I know the Lakers' top target was Kemba since they've gotten AD through the trade, but it's looking like Boston is a real contender now to get Kemba since obviously Kyrie, we don't think he's coming back. Probably gonna lose Rozier, so they're looking at Kemba.
Dallas is also looking at Kemba.
Yeah, Dallas was one of his teams though. I never, you know, we've seen the reports about them pursuing Kemba, but I wonder is Boston high on Kemba's list?
Well, Mark Stein's report says that they're the favorite right now. It's probably because of the salary too. The salary that just opened for them. Horford coming off the books. They don't have Kyrie on the books. Like they have the cap to sign him. But my thing for Kemba would be like, all right, you're gonna sign there, but look at what could happen to you in the next year or two. Like Hayward's gonna be a free agent next year. Jaylen Brown's gonna be a free agent next year. You have no center right now. They traded their backup center in Baines. They're gonna get rid of their backup point guard in Rozier. So what are you gonna be left with? Like, maybe in a year. If you sign a 4-year deal with them, like your second or third year could look like shit. You could look like you right with the team you in now. Like, and I know it's Boston, and I know they like to retool real quick, and they're never down too long. But right now, they're not sitting in a good shape. They are not in a good spot. So, but at the same time, the money's gonna be there. So I can see why he's looking at them. He might be using them as leverage too at other teams, you know, to try to get the money they're looking for. Oh, malfunction.
It's like LeBron when the headband came out.
Get rid of the people. Do I think Kemba is going to Boston? If he wants to win, I'm gonna say no. If he wants to get close, if he wants to get max money and compete, I'll say yeah. If he wants to get the most money, of course, he'll stay in Charlotte. So I think it's gonna come down to, does he want to win, does he want to compete, or does he want money? If he wants to win, he'll take less and go to LA. If he wants to compete, he'll go to Boston, because Boston is going to compete. If he just wants the money, he's gonna stay in Charlotte.
I'm gonna say what Jalen Rose said. If you take less money,
Don't do it.
do not stay in Charlotte. Like, why would you take less money just to win 38, 40 games again? You know what I mean? If you don't take less money, dude, go.
He's comfortable there though. Like it's.
I mean, yeah, he's.
You know, some players are just comfortable where they're at. You know, he's comfortable there. Like he's built a home there. He's lived there for years. I don't know about his family situation. Like I don't know, like if he has kids, if he's got a wife. Like I don't know about that. But if he's got that, and they're just stationed there and they've been there for years, like it's hard. It's always hard to just pack your family up and just move. You know, but that's why I thought the Knicks was always like gonna be like his like number one target. He's from New York. He knows the area. He's an East Coast guy. Like that's what I've heard about the Lakers reports with him. Like he doesn't want to live in LA.
Okay.
Like he doesn't want to live in LA. Maybe he's just an East Coast guy. You know, he's been on the East Coast his whole life. I mean, he grew up in New York, played at UConn, played for Charlotte. Like he's been on the East Coast his whole life. So. I mean, it's tough. I mean, he's such a good talent. I would hate to see his years get wasted like that. I mean, but, you know. But Barkley says it all the time. Everybody wasn't meant to win, so.
Only can be one champion.
His relationship with Jordan could say a lot, too. For him being a brand Jordan athlete.
Yeah, that's true, too. So, I mean, but that's always the thing with me. That's the thing with me about Kemba, and I continue to say that about Kemba. And so I see the Hornets clear cap space. Like, I'm going to say he's not re-signing with them.
Yeah.
Like, they're already at the cap right now, like, before even giving him any money. Like, so they have to remove some of that cap to sign him. Like, they just have to. Until I see them do it, like, I'm going to continue to say that he's not re-signing with them. And he's got to know something, right? Because Jordan, I mean, they just did a photo shoot, a whole photo shoot for Jordan.
Team Jordan. Welcome to Jason Tatum.
Yeah, welcome to Tatum. So, I mean, he's got to know something, right? I mean, you talking to the owner of your team. He's the owner of your brand, your shoe brand. Like, you've been in the same room as him. Like,
they know something.
I mean, something's got to be up, man. Something's got to be known.
So we gonna keep it moving. Jimmy Butler talking about sign and trade. Him going to Houston.
I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again. It does not make sense.
You need to get another guy I mean, Jimmy, it's just tough, man.
You get another guy that needs the ball in his hand to be effective.
But see, the thing with Jimmy, when he came into the league, though, he wasn't that guy that needed the ball in his hand.
Yeah, but now he's that guy. And
But he wasn't that. But he didn't need the ball in his hand because he wasn't an offensive guy like that, though. He's an offensive guy now.
And those D'Antoni's not going to change his system.
No.
He's not going to allow Chris Paul to just run point and have Harden come off the ball. It is a failure. They're going to fail again.
He does give them more defense, though. Which they need.
He will do that,
He
but
does. Because they needed Ariza.
Yeah,
So-
they needed a reason. You're damn right they needed a reason.
Who did they trade, though?
they're gonna have to trade Eric Gordon
And who else, though?
and Clint Capella.
They not, but that's not gonna work. They're gonna get a third team involved. Like they don't need the Sixers don't need Capella.
All right.
The Sixers don't need that. The Sixers only need Eric Gordon, and, and the money is not gonna match up.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like they need to like Well, I don't know. Eric Gordon's got to be making like $13 million.
Yeah, but Jimmy's gonna want the max. So who could you pair with Eric Gordon on your team? Are you gonna now re-sign
I'll
Austin
say get
Rivers?
another $20 million guy. Yeah.
Are you gonna re-sign Austin Rivers? Are you gonna add?
Austin Rivers got to be making some money too, though.
Are
He's
you-
not restricted.
Are you gonna include?
He's unrestricted. Well, no. I mean,
Are
it's
you
not-
gonna include Gerald Green?
it's not gonna
Like,
be anything.
are you like? Are you gonna include? You're not gonna include PJ Tucker.
Yeah, he'll be a free agent next year here.
I mean, they don't. I mean,
He got 1 year left.
Who,
much
Eric
making?
Gordon?
Yeah.
13 million.
13 mil.
Yeah, I remember that contract.
Yeah.
So I mean, look at it. Who could they trade?
Okay.
Right,
The Capella just doesn't. I mean, I get it. It makes sense money wise, but it makes no sense player wise.
No,
None. Like,
because they don't need a center.
and then you don't get a third team involved. Like, and then I don't
But
know.
who's that? But it's about money matching, and so you got to think like
Who needs a center though? Like the Knicks. Like, could they get the Knicks involved?
they could.
I think they want to
Atlanta?
Mitchell though. Atlanta needs a
that's
center.
fine. I mean, I would give up. I would give up Mitchell for Capella.
Atlanta.
Now they need a center.
I mean, but they don't. I'm sure they won't give him any of their pieces though. Any of their young pieces.
But couldn't they just take him and absorb him with the cap space that they have? Could they take Capella
I don't know
and
because
put him in that cap space?
I don't know with them just getting Crab and ET. They gotta be kind of.
Hell, the Bulls could use a center.
Yeah, the Bulls could use a center. They got some pieces they want to get rid of too.
They could definitely use a center.
But you know the Sixers gonna be looking for shooting back. Like, so you also got to look to see who's got shooters too.
That is true. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't make sense like.
So
you said.
I mean, well, I guess Atlanta makes sense. I mean, they could get Crab back. Crab makes about 13, 14 million. No, he's making like 17 million
Boston.
actually. He's making like 17 million actually.
Boston could
Boston.
use
Could
a
use
center.
it.
Do they got shooters though? Do they have shooters to get back though? Like they have to have shooters to get back.
Well, they got the one guy.
Who?
They just drafted Carson Edwards.
That's not, I ain't gonna do that.
Brooklyn,
Who they got?
Joe Harris.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on, y'all.
But they
Hold
got
on.
Brooklyn supposed to be going
Hold
after DeAndre. We haven't talked about
Washington.
that.
Hold on,
Use a
hold
center.
on. The Rockets, nah, he's out. They could re-sign Sean.
What, the money he was just making?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck moving that contract.
But I'm saying, if
So,
they,
you're a
Yeah.
free agent though.
Yeah,
no,
she's
but I'm
they
saying
can
they
re-sign
re-sign him,
at the 10 million and have him just nah, that's not happening.
trade
They
him
don't-
away.
They don't want Sean. They don't want Sean. They don't want Sean.
You know.
They want shooters. The Atlanta one makes sense because you get back Crab making like 16, 17 million. That kind of equals the. But they were gonna want more than back than just Crab though. For Capella, like in a 3-way deal. It makes no sense. Jimmy's a Hollywood man. Like Jimmy's 100% Hollywood now. Like he just wants to try to bully his way into the situation that he wants to be in.
So, speaking of situations, there's been talks about D'Angelo Russell coming back to the Lakers.
Yes, a lot of talks actually.
How y'all feel about that?
He does make somewhat sense because his ability to shoot the basketball.
37%.
I feel like he does need the ball in his hands though, because he does rely on his mid-range game too. But at the same time, like he can kind of serve as that Derek Fisher type point guard. Like you already got LeBron who's gonna probably make a lot of the decisions, gonna distribute the ball. He's a catch and shoot guy. Like he can be a catch and shoot guy. He does kind of make sense for them. Like team's gonna help off him willingly. Probably. I mean, but he's gonna have his opportunities to catch and shoot. And then he also can run with the second unit. He did it with Brooklyn last year. They will sub him out early and put
You.
Dinwiddie in the game.
Yeah, say you
Stop being a smart ass. Everybody got jokes today, huh?
I had to think about that for a second. It took a while.
They
Yeah.
would put Dinwiddie in the game.
If he would have just said deal with him quick, I wouldn't even thought about it. He paused for a minute. Oh,
Couldn't think of his
man.
name. But yeah, they would sub him out early, and then he would run with the second unit in the second quarter. So he is kind of used to that. I mean, I like it. He's young, but I don't know. I just don't know. Like, can he defend the point guards in the West? Probably no. Probably no. And we all know what type of point guards are in the West. the best. Like, so I mean, that's just where that's my like knack on him. Like, all right, he can score, I get it, he can spread the floor, but he not gonna be able to stop a fucking soul, man. Like, who he gonna be able to stop, man? Like, and now we back to what we were last year, giving up a lot of points, trying to outscore everybody, like, and that just doesn't work. So that's my take on him. I like D'Angelo though. I always did like Russell. I like Russell game, but the defensive end is where he struggles too. So,
Who do you pair him with? Who in the backcourt with? That's my question. Because I'm with 5. It comes down to defense. Like, if he has to turn around and defend the point guards, he gonna give up more points than he's scoring. And then, you know, like 5 said, teams are gonna help off of him, so he has to be able to hit the open 3. He has to be able to hit the open J. He has to be able to make quick moves, quick decisions to get to his spots, to score the ball. I felt like in Brooklyn he could take his time and pick his spots. You know, Brooklyn was a surprise team. All the spotlight is going to be on LA times 20 now, so he's going to be in that spotlight. Can he handle it? Magic said he wasn't mature 2 years ago. Those 2 years away, did it make him even more mature? I mean, did he grow up in those 2 years? Is he more mature? Is he ready to handle it? It's just too many questions. I mean, like I said, if they can get him for a bargain, yeah, because you could now, you know, pair him with Anthony Davis and start to build towards your future a little bit once LeBron leaves. But LA isn't playing for that. They're playing for the now. Like, they want to be able to go out and compete now. So that's why I go and say, who do you put next to him? Like, who's the shooting guard that's next to him? Can that shoot? So maybe if you get D'Angelo Russell, if I'm LA, I'm going after Avery Bradley. Put him next to him. Let Avery take the harder defensive assignment, and then we can go from there. Like, we can figure it out from there, right? Like, you have to start picking and choosing your spots, right? And I'll just kind of like, you'd be like a poor man's Golden State backcourt, where, you know, Clay takes the harder defensive assignment of the guards, and Curry is kind of like hitting on somebody, or, you know, he takes the whoever. So if you get Russell, if I'm LA, if I'm the Lakers and I get Russell, my shooting guard has to be defensive, and I would go directly for Avery Bradley.
I agree with that. I'm leaning towards the Lakers not needing to sign a top point guard at all at this point. Darren Collison, Patrick Beverly. And I say this because, I mean, outside of Kyrie, LeBron has not won a championship with a ball-dominant point guard.
Darren Collison?
No, but you're pairing him to look at the team, though. Look at the team, though. And I'm not saying, but I'm just talking about those type of players. Like, you want to get guys now, at this point, I mean, wasting all this money to max out somebody. You got LeBron and AD. The Golden State Warriors aren't going to be championship contenders next year. You really don't need a big 3, right?
Not next year, but I think the year after that you do. And that like, I agree with what you're saying. If this was a 1-year thing, right? I 100% agree with you. But this isn't just a 1-year thing. Like, this is a, I mean, just like I told y'all earlier in the chat, like, I would be comfortable with LA signing guys to 2 years, waiting for Bradley Beal to become a free agent, and signing Bradley Beal.
They're supposed to offer him next
Yeah, he's about to get an extension.
But that's what I'm saying. So that kind of, like, it depends, like, so you're making a move in hopes that you can convince somebody not to resign with a team that they're with. You're planning for 2 years down the road. But you're not, it's just not, this isn't a 1-year thing. Like, if you have the ability to get D'Angelo Russell long term, or Darren Collison for 1 year, Ray, I'm sure you're gonna take D'Angelo Russell.
Darren Collison. Oh man,
And that all the names you gave me.
Well, no, I'm just looking at the free agent point guards that they can afford, though. They can afford, like, if they don't get a max point guard.
I'd rather just have Rondo just run the point.
No, he was one of the guys, too. I didn't name him, but he was one of the guys.
Collison was the first name.
I'm looking at the thing.
Yeah, I got you. I understand it. But Darren Collison?
He's free agent, though.
Ray, you could have gave us him like fifth, sixth.
I mean, it wasn't in no particular order, but I'm just saying if you don't sign a max point guard, there's other point guards out here that you can get that I think will still fit and you will still be able to compete for a championship.
I'd rather go get Dragic.
Yeah, he's one of the ones too. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Darren Collison?
That couldn't have been the first name came out.
That was the first name on the list.
It was first name on the list outside of the top ones up here.
It was right in eye level.
We'll slap the hell out of that. Please keep scrolling.
And then it probably, I mean, shit.
Keep scrolling to something.
No, it get worse.
It probably does.
They get Devin Harris, Jose Calderon,
Darren Collison. Jesus Christ.
Darren Collison is our starting point guard. He's from LA too. He from LA.
He is. He went to UCLA.
And I would pass on him.
Isaiah
Too small.
Derrick Rose.
Too small. They're going after Derrick Rose. But they want Derrick Rose to be their backup though.
Yeah.
They don't want him to be their starting point guard. They know his body can't take
It
it.
might be better off just resigning Rondo.
They are going to resign Rondo.
I mean, just to start. Like, because then you'll be able to fill up other positions.
No, Rondo can't play 82 games, man. We need somebody then that's going to be a backup that's going to be able to play and start for 30 or 40 games.
Look at the list.
I don't like none of them players you just named, though.
I mean, look at the list, though. The list is the list. The list doesn't change. Whether you like it or not.
Derrick Rose start 30 to 40 games for the Lakers.
No.
I mean, the list is the list. Like, Ish Smith is on this list.
I actually like Ish Smith, actually.
Ish Smith is solid.
It's
a solid
Ish
point
Smith,
guard.
actually. I don't know if I like him on this team, but I do like Ish Smith. Ish Smith actually got paid off for playing with AD, actually.
Corey Joseph is on this list.
I'm not a Corey Joe fan.
You got IT's on this list. Trey Burke, McConnell.
Nah.
I mean, this list
No.
is not that, it's not easy on the eyes.
Yeah, DeAngelo Russell might be our best bet. But to be honest with you, hopefully Kyrie just signs with them. They unrestrict him, and then we're able to offer him any money we can. We're not bidding against anybody.
Yeah.
So I mean that's the best bet. They just release him from his last year on his deal, make him an unrestricted free agent, and then we're able to just
Get him for whatever.
get him or offer him whatever, and then just kind of go from there. Let him make a decision from there.
And I'm gonna say
I'm
worst
not
case
going
scenario. I've seen Braun play with some bad point guards.
Yeah.
But we all know that KCP is gonna get resigned to be 2 guard. Like I hope everybody
For how
knows.
much?
Everybody knows that. Like KCP is getting resigned.
For how much?
Why?
I don't know. But
Why?
KCP
Because how much did he make last year?
Why?
12 million.
12 million.
Yeah, he's not gonna make that this year.
Why?
Because he's with Clutch. I mean, he's with Clutch. Like he's getting resigned. Like so, whether you like it or not, KCP is getting resigned. So, not saying he's gonna be our starting 2 guard, but he's gonna be a 2 guard.
I mean, it's
Could you imagine,
KCP.
could you imagine KCP and J.R. Smith in the same locker room?
They probably are going to be in the same locker room.
Oh my God.
They probably are. I mean, they're kind of the same type of player, to be honest with you.
KCP just way younger.
KCP way younger
Way
and,
more
probably,
athletic.
and better defensively.
I mean, you got to look at KCP you surrounded him with LeBron and AD. Like he literally has
Just stand and shoot.
Stand and shoot.
The spot up shooter. You don't have to do anything in defend. I mean,
last year it was LeBron.
So you would be comfortable with KCP starting next to D'Angelo Russell?
actually, yes. Actually, yes. I mean, he can guard the better player, just like you just said.
Yeah.
He can be that defensive guy to take the assignment.
Would you rather have KCP or Avery Bradley?
Avery Bradley, just because he's a little bit more doggish on the defensive end. He's a little bit more get after it. All right, I'm gonna take this guy out the game. Not just defend. Like I'm gonna take him out the game. Like he's got that type of mentality. He does have Avery Bradley's offensive game has kind of abandoned him the last year or two. He had some really good years in Boston, but the last 2 years, his offensive game has kind of abandoned him. So
he been hurt. So I would go KCP.
KCP is
I would
not.
go
KCP does play
Plays
pretty much every
a lot of
single game.
minutes. Like when he was in Detroit, he was logging a lot of minutes.
In LA too.
Yeah,
LA,
like
so he's playing a lot of minutes in LA.
so
I just don't like him for the money that he's been playing with, but I do like KCP
for the
though.
bargain,
Yes,
I'm
do
with
like
that.
mid-level exception,
Bargain.
4 or 5 million. Yeah,
For the bargain jargon. Okay.
absolutely. Ain't been working out with lethal shooter, man. Come on, man, jumper getting better, man.
Look, you keep telling me who that guy is.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna look him up.
Yeah, one of the best shooting coaches out there, man.
Right.
I'm gonna Google him.
Working with Kuz last night, actually. That's why Kuz won at the awards. For once.
Kuz needs to
He
be
def-
working on his
He
defense.
definitely was there at the awards last year.
Kuz needs to be working on his foot speed laterally.
He'd be alright.
Everybody ain't make it play defense.
Yeah, we got AD back there.
Everybody make it play defense.
we got AD back there now.
Everybody not make it play defense. I'll tell you that right now.
We got AD back there now.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Hey, look, Kevin Love wasn't made to play defense, but he played the best defense of his life.
Well, he white. I mean, come on, man.
Jesus Christ.
We all know white boys on the field, man. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's be real.
Stockton wasn't a defender.
Nah, man, he usually cheap, man.
Oh.
I had somebody tell me Stockton set the most illegal screens you ever seen in your life. Backbreakers.
Hey, they can't be worse than Andrew Bogut.
You know, they say he just come up to you with his forearms in your back.
Look, they can't be worse than Andrew Bogut.
You know they ran that swing. Oh yeah, I mean he's just moving those screens though. Just
Yeah,
moving, a little movement on
Oh
the hip.
man.
Who, Bogut?
Yeah, there's a little movement on the hip. You know,
They can't be as bad as Draymond's either.
a little movement on the hip. I ain't never hurt nobody.
What about KG screen?
Hey, watch him out, dude.
Some of the dirty, he's one of the dirtiest screens of all time. Him and Stockton definitely one of the dirtiest screens of all time.
Hey, y'all will not. Y'all will not.
I don't know if I've ever seen KG set a legal screen.
Y'all will not.
I don't think I've ever seen KG set a legal screen.
Y'all will not.
He was you ever seen J.R. Smith's screen? That was the KG screen he's looking like.
J.R. Smith
He
just
like
grabbed
pushing. Yeah, he just pushing and grabbing.
Y'all will not.
by any means necessary.
Kevin Garnett, you hear this, man. You set some illegal screens. You know you did.
Whatever it takes.
Hey, man,
You know you did. You know
you
did.
will not.
And he did. I mean, you was naming players. We named some players.
So disrespectful.
I mean, he did. His screens weren't illegal.
No, they were all legal.
You.
You never heard the whistle blow. You ever heard him get called for an offensive foul for illegal screen?
Once. I remember Van Gundy said and talked about it. He was like, I think that's the first time I ever seen KG get called for an illegal screen.
Ain't illegal if they don't call.
He was like, he said some of the most illegal screens I've ever seen in my life. I went back to look at some of the film. I was like, damn, you couldn't be any more fucking right. This man out here grabbing people's jerseys. He pushing people on the neck. Man, I'm talking about some illegal screens.
Oh man.
And then,
Woo!
and then Rasheed Wallace said the man been setting illegal screens for 15 years. Ain't never called one of them.
Look at this man.
What? Sam Anderson got hurt?
Season's over.
I don't know.
We're gonna switch gears. Hey Will, we got a little starting five.
Starting five. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting. I think we got a starting five. We can't choose of all time, but we can't use certain players.
Yeah, let me go to it. Give me 1 second. So
Let's see.
this is I think 5 posted it one day, but then one of my ships actually sent it to me last night and asked me mine. So I thought it'd be good for us to discuss on the show. So you have to pick a starting five without using these players. At point guard, you can't. Well, period. You can't use Magic, Stockton, Oscar Robertson, Steph Curry, MJ, D Wade, Kobe, Clyde Drexler, Bron, KD, Dr. J, Bird, Duncan Malone, Dirk, Barkley, Kareem, Wilt, Shaq, or Russell.
So I got a question. The power forward, which Malone is that?
I'm sure it's Karl Malone.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to just reassure.
Okay.
That's it. Because it could be Moses. Didn't think of that.
Could be Moses.
I like your thought. He ain't in mine though, but I like your thought.
So we're gonna say that's Carl, right?
We're gonna say that's
definitely
Karl.
Carl.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
You want to go position? We'll go position by position. How about we do it like that?
All right.
Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward. So.
Okay.
We going one by one or
Yeah, so we'll all give our point guard, we'll all give our shooting guard, we all give our small forward, then we all give our so and so.
okay? Who going first?
Who got a point guard, man?
I gotta go with me first.
Yeah, you the host, man.
Oh man, put the brother on the spot. All right, so point guard, no Magic, no Stockton, no Oscar, no Steph. You can give me. I don't want to build this team. Give me Kid.
Ooh, J Kid. All right. 5 is a J Kid fan that is not impressed. Who you got 5?
This is the easiest one out of all of them. I got Isaiah Thomas.
The way I'm building my team, though,
We're gonna hear your team. No. We're gonna hear your team.
I got Isaiah Thomas. This is easy.
I'm gonna throw a caveat in this too. We're gonna pick a 6-man as well. All right. I'm going with 5. My point guard off the top, no brainer, Isaiah Thomas.
This is the easiest one.
Depending on how you build your team.
Well, listen, this your team. It's not my team. It's your team.
I can't have a midget backcourt.
Okay, go ahead. Who you got number 2?
Allen Iverson.
All right. Who you got 5?
Give me Iverson.
Oh, we all agree. I got Iverson. All right.
Now we going to the
Three.
3.
Got the small forward.
Oh, this is
This one was hard for me.
This is tough.
This one was real hard for me, actually.
This is tough.
I don't even know why Dr. J is even on this list. You should be able to pick him.
You wildin',
You should be able to pick him.
You was reckless today, Jack.
I'm just gonna say that, man. You should be able to pick Dr. J, man.
Woo! Dr. J, if you ever hear this, man.
bro. Dude, you ever hear this? Tell that man to go look at some film, bro. Like that man wasn't
Tell him
putting
to
up
put some
numbers,
respect on your
man.
name.
Dr. J
Respect
was
on your
putting up
name.
numbers.
That's
But
all I'm saying.
I'm gonna go with man, it depends on Dominique Wilkins.
All right.
My turn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all who I said initially when I first did this. I said Pippen.
Man, look, I was there.
That's why I say you get a 6-man.
I did say Pippen.
All right.
I think I'm gonna stay with Pippen. I'm gonna stay with my first man. I'm gonna go with Pippen.
Okay.
Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen.
I got Tracy McGrady at the 3.
I like the McGrady too.
I got T-Mac.
I like that.
I like the McGrady.
I ain't mad at that. 4?
That prime McGrady or is that like bad back?
No, this Prime McGrady.
Okay.
This is Orlando McGrady.
Power forward.
Power forward. You got the ticket?
I'm going with the ticket.
There you go.
Okay.
I got Moses Malone.
Y'all know who I got. Yeah,
Ticket.
It's no brainer.
I'm going with the ticket.
I got Kevin Maurice Garnett, baby.
I got Moses.
All right, here we go. Your center.
This should be easy.
I mean, yeah.
This should be easy too. Like
This is like,
your point guard and your center should have been the easiest ones.
I mean, point guard, not necessarily. Depending on how you want to build your team.
Your team is gonna
You got Isaiah and Iverson.
Is this Isaiah could defend?
No,
And
I'm talking
Iverson
about
could too as well.
Iverson was more passing lane though. And Iverson,
defender.
he was more passing lane. He wasn't like locking nobody like
But
one
I got
on
Pippen
one.
though. But I got Pippen though, so I'm good.
Yeah.
And I got T-Mac. Go ahead.
Negro wasn't sticking no defense.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm going with Akeem.
Keem was on my list.
Keem is not on that list.
Oh, shit. I tweaked.
I definitely want to hear your
Not
original
on that
pick
list.
before
I'm
I
going to
change
tell
it.
y'all my original.
Because you about to change it to Akeem.
Who you have?
Who you got?
I got the dream. Come on, man.
Well, look, I thought
That was easy.
Look, I thought Hakeem was on the list. So I'll be real with y'all. Look, I don't know how you make a list without Hakeem. So me thinking Hakeem was on the list, I picked David Robinson. But now that I know Hakeem ain't on the list, I'm picking Hakeem a lot.
Yeah, because you already know what's gonna happen to him going against the dream. A
Uh,
whole highlight tape. A whole highlight tape. 8-9 minute highlights. 8,
Dream
9.
shake. He was dream shaking this out of D-Rod.
And I got my 6 man.
He dreamed my man to a nightmare.
He did.
That was bad.
Who your 6 man?
The Iceman.
George Gervin?
So Isaiah Thomas doesn't make your team at all?
He would not 6 man. I just want buckets. I want buckets. George Gervin, you can't get more buckets. He averaged like 27 a night. Give me the
Who your
Iceman.
6 man? 5.
You threw that wrinkle and I wasn't really ready for that one.
Give me the Iceman. I can't have Isaiah and AI in the same backcourt.
This is tough. 6 man. Ooh. Gotta have a guard. I'm kind of with Ray on that. It's gotta be a guard or a small forward.
This is the easiest for me.
I think I'm gonna go with Jerry West actually.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the logo. I think I'm gonna go with the logo.
Mr. Clutch. I ain't mad at that. Who you got?
I'm going with Mr. 6 man.
Lou?
Yeah.
You gonna stick with Lou Will?
Hell yeah, give it to him. He built for that. He's built for it. This is his role. This is his role. All you got to do, what Ray
the
say?
easy way out.
What Ray say? All you got to do is come in and get buckets. That's
what I
it.
want.
Is
He
he the
buckets.
best 6 man ever, or is he the best player 6 man ever?
That I've seen?
Yes.
Yes.
What you saying, like, out of all the 6 men?
Out of all the 6 man that you've ever seen, is he the best player?
No.
I
Ginobili I would take Ginobili.
You would take Ginobili over Lou?
Yeah.
Lou gonna give me what I need.
Buckets.
Buckets.
He is gonna give you buckets.
Okay? And he gonna hit the easy shot. He gonna hit the hard shot.
James Harden was a 6 man once upon a time.
He gonna hit the clutch shot. He ain't gonna shy away from the moment. He ain't gonna turn it over. He ain't gonna do nothing. Neither one of them players y'all just ain't gonna do.
You got the microwave.
Who's the Michael?
Fanny Johnson.
Well, I ain't seen him play.
Bill Walton was a 6 man at one point.
With the Celtics.
Yeah, but Bill Walton.
That wasn't prime ball though.
Yeah, he was hurt. Foot problems.
Jamal Crawford or Lou Will?
Lou.
Whew. Dang, y'all said that
Oh.
quick.
Name me a memorable Crawford playoff game. He got quiet.
Now listen.
I mean,
Jamal
how
Crawford got-
many has Lou really had? though?
Jamal
Besides
Crawford-
the one game that we just saw this
He
year.
had like 2 or 3. 2 against 2 really good games though.
Jamal Crawford is a very, very good 6.
I feel like Lou
Three-time
Will. I feel like
6 man winner, award winner.
I do
too.
feel like Lou Will got a better shot selection than Jamal Crawford though. Jamal Crawford is like J.R. Smith with the shot selection at times.
Jamal Crawford in his day was the Lou Will of 6 man. Like I
was.
do hope everybody knows
He
that.
was.
Like he
Oh
really
yeah, he's
was.
won it. Yeah,
He's won the award 3
3
times.
times. Yeah, but I would take Lou Will though.
You would take just like that. You don't even have to think about it.
I like I said, I like Lou Will's game more than I like Crawford. Everything about Lou Will not flash to me though. Like Lou Will can like go out and like I just like his game better.
I just feel like Lou Will
I feel like he's more under control.
is a yeah. There you go.
He's more under control.
Just by that much. Like it ain't.
Yeah, I do know like Jamal Crawford like top like 35 and scoring like all time.
I'm
off the
with you.
bench.
That's
Most
cool.
of his career.
I
Congratulations.
feel like Lou Will just come in and he know what he's supposed to do. Just get buckets. Like
tough.
when Lou sub in the game, it's like shots just start falling.
And I think Lou does a better job of creating for others.
Lou Will don't pass the damn ball, man. What the hell are you talking about?
I said between them two though.
That man want to pass the ball.
I don't know.
Lou Will just
you-
Lou Will was getting some assists though, man. Hold on.
Lou Will
Yeah,
just a
just
walking
this
bucket.
year.
Huh?
Lou Will
Just this year.
He got Montrez elected as some of them buckets. Montrez averaged 16. Him and Lou Will they was getting money together.
They was.
Like, come on, man. He had somebody else with him.
Sometimes you just fall into a situation.
I'm not just gonna be like just Lou Will just all the time.
Okay, well you think about it.
What
Who you
you
picking?
don't-
Wait. Think about it. Now who you picking? You better not say Lou Will. You better go with Crawford.
I think I am going with Crawford.
Go ahead.
As much as you hate Crawford, Dan, you gonna pick Crawford over Lou Will?
They the same player to me.
Nah.
They've always been the same player
Hell
to me.
nah.
They always been the same player to me.
Mm.
Lou Will is a walking bucket, brother.
I think we have just short-term memory, and Lou had a really good year this year and still got them to the playoffs.
He had a really good year last year.
But
And the year
Jamal
before
Crawford,
that. And the year
Jamal
before
Crawford's done everything Lou Will has done,
And the
and
year
more,
before that.
and more.
Lou had good years in Philly.
We say the same thing about Crawford. Crawford's been good everywhere he's went.
I'm not gonna deny that.
Atlanta, Portland, Clippers,
Oh,
Chicago,
don't
New
get
York.
Lou Will started, and don't get me started on Lou in Atlanta.
Like
He used to come off the bench giving Bron fits.
I mean, Crawford won $6 million a year there too. I don't know. I don't know if I'm agreeing with y'all now. Y'all tripping with that one.
Well, I'm gonna trip all
I
the way.
don't know.
I'm gonna trip all the way to Vegas.
I'm gonna have to look at some numbers. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some numbers.
Crunch the numbers, look at some highlights.
I'm gonna have to crunch them. I don't need to see no highlights of JC. I know what JC do on the highlight tip. JC will walk a highlight.
He got money. But yeah, I just feel like Will's a little bit more. Aaron Crawford, let me see. I mean, he had some years, but
You looking up the numbers?
he did start a lot one year. He was with the Knicks.
The Knicks.
Yeah, that was a career year. Averaged 21. Yeah, man. Started a lot. Well, his last year with the Bulls, he started a lot.
Yeah, that was ass.
He was asked the years he ain't started.
Jesus Christ.
That man just averaged 22 off the bench. 23
Oh, Lou?
off the bench. Crawford.
Yeah, but we all know the second half of the year, like they didn't have a starter, like who was the guy. Like he was their guy. He just came off the bench. Like,
Hey, man.
it literally was that situation. Like, he was the guy. He just came off the bench.
Wait, no, I take that back. He averaged a dub this year. The year before that, he averaged 23.
Lou Will is a walking bucket.
Dog. Yeah, man.
He's a walking bucket.
So you mean to tell me the year? No, I gotta go with Will.
Their numbers is very similar. Actually, Crawford numbers a smidge better career wise.
Crawford been in the league long.
Come on now, but the last couple of years, like his
They
numbers
both
went
been-
down.
Yeah.
Like his numbers that went down. Like they numbers are very similar.
Well, Crawford-
Very, very similar actually.
Crawford better pick a contending team. How about that?
He did. His starting point guard couldn't stay fucking healthy.
What team was that?
The Clippers. That was their chance right there.
I'm talking about in
They
his latter-
power forward or their point guard couldn't
in
stay
the
healthy.
latter stages of his career. Like now, he shouldn't have went to Phoenix.
I agree. Well, he's 40 now. I mean, it's time to hang it up. I mean,
Can he still get buckets?
40. I mean, what's happening? Not on an every night basis. You get buckets once every 15 games.
Jesus.
That's what happened when you turn 40. He old, man. And he's skinny too. Like, he's not like he a big muscular dude. So he got to really rely on all skill. Like,
So who was your six?
Lou.
No, I'm talking about your whole, like your five.
Oh, I got Zeke, AI, T-Mac, KG, Hakeem, and Lou.
And what was yours, five?
I had Zeke, AI, Pippen, Moses Malone, The Dream, and Jerry West.
You got Jason Kidd or Asen Kidd?
Kid, AI, Dominique Wilkins, KG, The Dream, and the Iceman.
You got Jason with the J or no J?
And the Iceman.
Which kids you got?
And the Iceman.
I just need to know what kids you got. You got Dallas J Kidd, first go round and the second go round. Blonde hair Jason Kidd.
Yeah, what prime J.K. are you going Nets Jason Kidd?
Jersey, boy.
Nets Jason Kidd.
Oh, he's still in house jump. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Jason Kidd would make him when it mattered, though.
Okay. You got Asen Kidd out there.
Damn.
You got a non-shooting backcourt.
But he top three, like he top what in 3-pointers made?
Top 3 or 4.
Come on, man. He made enough. Made enough to get to the finals. 2 straight years. I ain't played defense.
He did defend.
And he was about 6'5".
6'5". Yeah, he was legit 6'5".
You got a non-shooting backcourt. Yeah.
That's
But we know AI, we not playing.
You got a bunch of midgets running around in your backcourt.
That's cool. Me and Fi got the same midget.
I got Westcott on the bench. Give me some size, you know. Yeah. Get buckets too. Half court buckets.
You gonna put AI at the point? You gonna sub him out?
No, I ain't gonna sub him out. We go West and Z.
All right.
Just get it done.
Yeah. So you had Dave Robinson as your center, so
I didn't see Hakeem.
we gonna move on to Go Talk. How you gonna give us the list and then don't see it?
Man, we definitely was gonna work him out.
Hey.
We was going, our 5 was going, our 6 was gonna work him out. You got to sub him out. You got to run KG at the 5.
Hey.
He was gonna get worked out. You feel me?
What's another center though? Man, I feel like it's another
Patrick Ewing.
Ewing.
Robinson. Could do Dwight out there if you wanted to.
You could.
Ain't nobody gonna see where the phone.
No. Not over Moses. No.
Shit, not over KG either.
Definitely not okay.
Nah. All right, Go Talk.
Go talk. My turn. Woo, got a good one. Got a hot one.
Sport, please.
Basketball.
Why do we always have to get a sport?
Well, it would have been an easy one once I gave everything. I would have got it.
Y'all ready? Listen, I'm telling you, my next one about to throw y'all for a
I
curveball.
just need a sport.
I ain't giving no sport either. I'm just
All right.
giving stats.
Y'all got it?
They won championships. They played 10 years, and they collected checks. Guess who that Go Talk is? That's gonna be next week. That's what gonna be.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
All right. Player 1.
Michael Jordan.
Player A.
Jeffrey.
No damn Jeffrey. Career, 19 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, NCAA champion, all freshman team, Wooden Award winner, Naismith Smith Award winner, 2-time All-American, 3-time conference, all conference.
19, 6, and 4 was that NBA numbers or college?
This is college only. College only Go Talk.
All right,
That's player 1. Y'all need me to. That's
Please.
player A. Y'all need me to read it again.
please.
19 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, NCAA champion, 2-time All-American, Wooden Award winner, Naismith Smith Award winner, 3-time conference, all team conference, and he made the all freshman team. That's it for player A. Player B. Career, 16 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, NCAA champion, 1-time All-American, 2-time All-Conference selection, 1-time All-Freshman team, and that's all I'm gonna give you.
One of them was a Naismith Award winner,
Yep, player A.
Player A was a Naismith Award.
and he won the national championship.
That is correct. 1-time champion. If I give y'all anything else, y'all gonna get it.
And a what-time champion? What did you say right after that?
This is a 1-time NCAA champion.
One-time NCAA champion. He averaged 19, 6, and 4.
Yep.
You said offer. Man, never mind.
Both of them are all freshman team.
19, 6, and 4.
Is this for rebounds?
On player A,
Yeah.
6 assists, 4 rebounds.
One
Player
time.
A, Jason Williams.
Player A is Jason Williams.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let me get player B stats again.
16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
How many times they win it?
1-time champion, 1-time All-American, all freshman team. If I give y'all this other stat, y'all can do. I'm sorry, I might need it, but
One-time champ, huh? Who? Jay, another guard, I'm assuming. Comparing to,
you want me to give you that?
I mean, I'm assuming.
I ain't gonna give you that. I'm gonna let you figure
I'm
it out.
assuming it is. All right. I'm gonna start throwing names out there until he say, yeah, that's it.
Come on, you can't do that.
Why you can't? I'm looking at these Naismith winners. It gotta be one
No,
of these.
he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't- he wasn't-
He wasn't a Naismith
No.
winner.
Player B, no.
He only won a
not
championship,
next
and he was all freshman,
and All-American.
and he was an All-American.
One time.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna give y'all one more, just to save us on some time. 1-time MOP.
All right. Let's get this going.
He didn't win the Naismith.
Kimber.
Kemba Walker is player B.
See, just start guessing. First name I saw. Kimber. I knew it wasn't Kyle Singler.
Jay Williams versus Kemba Walker.
Okay.
College on.
College only.
So much about me wants to say Jay
Yeah, I'm gonna go to college.
Williams. Kimba had the greatest, arguably the greatest tournament run ever.
All right. Let's see.
Maybe the greatest 11-game stretch you've ever seen in your entire life.
Ever.
All right. So. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I know what I'm going with. Definitely think I know what I'm going with. Damn. Alright. Shout out to you, Kemba Walker. I'm going with Jay Will. Kemba, like y'all say, yeah, one of the greatest, if not the greatest run probably ever gonna see, but Jay Will was like unstoppable.
His senior year numbers were
Kemba's,
yeah
they was awesome.
awesome.
They was awesome.
What they say? These numbers look
These
good.
numbers are awesome. They
These
was,
numbers look good.
yeah, it was awesome. But
Kim only played 3 years though.
They both only played 3 years.
that man was cash. He couldn't shoot free throws.
Who? Jay Will?
Yeah.
Nah, he couldn't.
Man,
Career 67%.
He only shot 40% from 3. Career.
shit, that's good.
I know.
And his accolades, man.
I'm gonna go Jay Will just because he was more consistent all 3 years. And I think, but Kemba did it in the Big East tournament. He did it in the NCAA tournament. And I think he did it at the tournament at the beginning of the year. That same year. So he was like the tournament man that year.
Yeah.
Step back, Kimba.
If we had to take like one season, I probably would choose Kimba.
You would take Kimba's one season?
With 1 year.
I will say this though.
But see, I
Kimba
think,
won his ring. Like Jason Williams didn't even start on that team that he won a championship on.
they won in what, 01?
They won it in 2000.
2001.
2000, 2001?
I thought they won in 2000.
2001. Yeah. He won it 2001.
Okay, no, he won that one. He was the lead scorer on this team.
Pretty damn good team, too.
This team was awesome. Duhan, Boozer, Dunleavy, Battier, Jay Williams,
That was pretty shit.
Nate James was on this team.
Pretty damn good team.
This team was awesome.
It's crazy.
I'm still gonna go. I do agree with you though. Kimba won his ring. It was him. I don't even know who the.
They had what's the name? Shabazz was a freshman on that team.
Yeah, but I mean, who else?
They had a good big man too. Who was a big man on that team?
Was it?
Oh, Lamb was on this team.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know Lamb.
Good old Jeremy Lamb.
Might be the only relevant players on that team. Looking at this list.
Shabazz.
Yeah, Shabazz, Jeremy, Lamb, and Kimba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep looking. Yeah.
Big man was good too.
Who? Which one?
Orikai. I remember him. He was just a big body, but he was good though.
Batty
Averaging 10 and 9. Actually, Shabazz was the fourth lead scorer on this team.
Mm-hmm. Look at the disparity in points. Like Kimba was 23.
Yeah, awesome.
And Jeremy Lamb was at 11.
11 points a game. Was what, a sophomore?
Jeremy Lamb.
Lamb was a freshman on this team.
Yeah, because Lamb won twice.
He won this championship with 2 freshmen and a sophomore, being his second, third, and fourth player.
That's
Was
what I'm saying.
Lamb gone when
Kimba
Napier
won
won
it.
it again?
Huh?
Was Lamb there for both of them?
I think Lamb was there.
And Napier?
Yeah, I think Lamb was there for both of
And
them.
listen, Napier won that one.
Yeah.
No.
No, Lamb won
Lamb
it.
was gone.
Lamb was
Lamb won
gone.
there.
Yeah,
He was gone. Yeah, Napier definitely. Yep.
Napier won that one.
That was the one when they had the kid
Ollie.
from Aurora.
Head coach too.
That was the one they had the kid from Aurora too. He was good. What was the kid from Aurora name? Boatwright. Yeah, Boatwright on the team.
Ryan Boatwright.
Yeah, Ryan Boatwright. Yep.
Well, yeah,
I'm going with Jay Will.
I'm going with Jay Will.
Who you got?
Going with Jay Will.
Booth.
Who was the two people? Who was the two people though? Who was the two people?
Kimber Walker and Jay
Jay
Will.
Will.
College.
College only.
Jason Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black.
J-A-Y.
One that went to Duke.
College. I'll probably go Jason Williams college.
Go Jason Williams. 1 year though, I go Kimber
I
though.
would definitely go.
Give me Kimber.
1 year?
1 year.
I'll go Kimba.
You think his last year was better than Jason Williams' year that they won the championship?
Yep.
So if you take the championship numbers, the years they won the championship, you taking Kim over Jason Williams?
Yep.
I'm taking Jason Williams. Shot better from the field, shot better from 3.
Win the tournament?
All year.
I bet on free throw line.
I mean, free throws, terrible. Have more assists.
Talking about that last year?
No, just the year. I'm saying if you take the 2 years,
Mhm.
the year Kimber won
Oh.
and the year Jason Williams won, look at their numbers. Who you taking?
2000.
Forget the run. I know the run is beautiful. Forget the run. Just look at the numbers.
I do.
Let me see. Jason Williams, 21. Kim averaged 25.
I understand, but I'm saying look at all the let's look at all the numbers. Hold on, let me go back. You see all the numbers. Look at shot 47 from the field, 42, 43 from three, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals,
Okay.
21 points. Look at Kemba's numbers. His last year, shot 42 from the field, 33 from 3. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 23 points. You going Campbell?
Go on, Campbell. On a 1 year deal.
On a 1 year contract.
On a 1 year deal. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with Campbell.
Yeah.
I saw him do some special things.
Oh yeah.
Special.
That's what I'm saying. If you take the run now.
Yeah, give me Campbell.
So yeah, y'all got anything else y'all want to add for? Tell these people where they go follow us and find us. Hey, if you haven't already today, play you some Michael Jackson, alright? Figured you would like that. 10-year anniversary. Be respectful, bro.
I mean,
10-year anniversary since they killed the King of Pop. That's another subject for another day. But play you some Michael Jackson. Ain't that right, Boo? Come on, man.
Nope. I guess I got a couple shout outs. Shout out my wife, man. You know, we going to the Bahamas on Friday for a honeymoon for a couple days.
safe trip, man. Safe trip.
Gonna get away for a little bit, get a little sun, you know,
Let's get away.
get a little beach, you know, get a little beach life.
On the other side of town.
Hey.
So, shout out the wife, shout out Bahamas. You know, pictures to come. I do want to shout out, well, not a shout out, but give my condolences. I lost one of my cousins a couple days ago. My cousin Rod. So I just want to give my condolences to his wife, his daughter, his mom. You know, family getting all together this weekend. So I won't be able to be there, but I just want to kind of give them my condolences. So that's it for me.
I don't know how you follow that up.
Just give my condolences, man.
I'm gonna shout out my daughter, Aaliyah. She always wants to watch Daddy. Like when I be on my phone, she like, Daddy, let me see you talking.
Oh.
She like to watch the show.
Later, we need her go talk then.
Yeah.
Loyal. We love a loyal listener.
So my daughter Aaliyah, you know, she look, man, wow. I can say so much about her. Beautiful thing, but I'm gonna shout her out. So Booth, when you do the edit, I need you to, so I can show her that I shout her out.
I got you, man.
Alright.
That's it. That's
got
That's
it.
what you got?
Love.
Man, what we got?
Love, peace, and conquer.
I don't think I have no shout outs this week. Oh, I don't have no shout outs. Booth, what you got?
I like your hat. Let people see the front of your hat, Ray. So everybody can see what you got on. I like your hat. When I walked in, I just want to.
Nah, that's cool, bro. I'll show you to y'all fell. I'll show
Okay.
it to y'all fell. We
Sure?
are. I
Your
want to
fan,
shout out
yeah.
everybody that's been filling out producer applications. I will be thoroughly reading them tonight along with the other good fellas, and we will be deciding. So, this might be his last week.
Come on, man. Why you gotta let Booth
Because
rock?
I'm trying to tell you, turn your hat around.
He just
no.
wants you to show the hat, dog. It's all good.
Nice hat, man.
I don't really like that hat like that, bro.
Why would you show your
I
hat?
don't like that hat like that.
Why you
Yeah.
got
Show people your hat,
Your
man.
hat, man. It's a
You
beautiful
need a
hat.
haircut. That's his haircut hat.
What type of hat?
All my hats is haircut hats if I ain't got no haircut.
Word
What
to
type of hat
Kanye.
is that, man? Shout out to making of that, man.
I
What
don't even know.
Who made that? Chain?
made that?
It's Chance hat.
Chance 3 hat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
look a little bit like the one A will get on.
That's cool, man.
Nah.
Great minds think alike, brother. Great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Chance.
Never stop.
Oh. I hate that. Oh.
Oh man.
That's that. Oh, I can't say what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
I'm not sleeping with the captain now.
Okay.
Smart man.
So yeah, we gon' Boosie fired. If that's it, we ain't got nothing else. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube page. Like us on Facebook, Goodfellas Podcast. It's a 3 instead of an E. Follow us on Twitter, Goodfellas87. Like us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Like we always say, man, let us know any subjects, any topics y'all want us to talk about. If y'all got a GOAT talk y'all want us to discuss, let us know. Until next week, we
We
gonna
gonna forget one thing, brother. Subscribe, rate, and review.
Apple Podcasts. That's where you're supposed to come in.
Yeah, I got
That's
it.
like your niche.
I
Like
got
you
it.
say it like
Percy,
personally.
I call
I
it.
put it on there every time.
Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review to the Goodfellas on Apple Podcast.
Definitely. And until next week, we gonna have a show next week.
Yeah.
What's next week? That's
the Uncover.
hey, stay tuned for next week.
Hey, cameraman. Special
We
guest.
might need you next week. Take that back.
Special guest in the building next week.
Jesus Christ, we'll keep y'all posted. Love, live life. Mercy. Did you just throw up the